Hey, everybody. This is Susie DeVille, founder and CEO of the Innovation and Creativity Institute. And I help entrepreneurs build exceptional aligned enterprises by unlocking their inspired creativity. And I am also the author of BUOYANT, the entrepreneur's guide to becoming wildly successful, creative, and free. And I wrote Buoyant for entrepreneurs who are painfully stuck and riddled with self doubt, who believe that the path forward is more productivity, more discipline. And what they may not know is that the far easier path is through accessing their unbridled, inspired creativity. And I am so excited and delighted to be here today to show you the world premiere of the book trailer for Buoyant. It is such a beautiful 4-minute clip, and it would not be possible if it weren't for some of the most creative and jolly and fun people on the planet. And I want to take just a minute before I show the clip that I want to sort of go through the process of how we created this trailer and what was involved in all of that. So we began this process about a year ago, and I had never done anything remotely close to this kind of work. And Chelsea Sanders and her entire Blue Line team were absolutely instrumental in helping set the strategy, get the shots, both the still and the video shots. And then Ryan Karcher from here in Highlands did exceptional drone work, which you will see in the trailer as well. So we started in Boston and we got beautiful still shots and video all over the city and in a studio. And I was schlepping, I can't remember how many suitcases it was of wardrobe changes and shoes and props, and everybody was just hauling this stuff all over Boston. And then we had this incredible multi-hour session inside of this studio, and they ordered lunch and were taking it to go, and somebody mistakenly threw it in the dumpster. And so not only is everybody schlepping this stuff all over the place, and we're trying to get these amazing creative shots and get this vibe and all of the energy and the desire and the intention behind this work out and communicated through what we were doing. Everybody was starving to death. But yet carried on, had the most incredible attitude, had the most go get them, come what may, roll up your sleeves, let's make this happen. It was such a delight and an honor to work with them. And we even, one highlight of the day was that we almost got thrown out of the Elizabeth Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston. But I won't bore you with that story. Then we came to Highlands, and Chelsea joined me here in the spring. And we did more still shots because I wanted to show the inspirational aspect of the beauty of the Highlands area and how much that means to me personally. And so we had a really nice juxtaposition of sort of cosmopolitan city shots, cultural shots with the divine quality of the light and terrain and mountainscape of this beautiful Highlands community. And Ryan helped us with getting drone shots here. And then we had the task of writing the script for the trailer and selecting the clips, editing everything together, figuring out what the music was going to be and how that was going to interact with the clips and how it was all going to hang together. And Blue Line just kept coming to the fore with great ideas and exceptional talent. and everybody just was such a joy to work with, and I'm so indebted to all of them. Um, Also want to point out that Charles Adu was absolutely phenomenal in Boston, and he got the most incredible shots, video shots of that time in the city, and it was such a delight to work with him. And he just did not relent, even though he was exhausted and starving. So, thank you all. I really appreciate everything that you contributed to this project. It would not have happened without you. And I just also want to say to anybody who's watching this, if you have a passion that you're dying to bring out into the world, or you want to create something that you've never created before, that it's a personal creative expression or something to do with your business, don't let the fact that you don't have a clue hold you back, because I certainly did not have a clue with this particular process, and I joyfully learned throughout the whole production from 11 months ago to now. And I just had such great talent helping me and guiding me. So those things are possible for everyone. And so I want to encourage you, if there's something that really is calling to you to do, don't let the fact that you've never done it before or you don't know how to do it stop you, because just have to find the one person who can start the program with you, or start the process with you, and then you're off and running. So without further ado, I'm going to show you the trailer. And I want to give you a caveat that I am using the StreamYard platform. So this goes to all of my social media channels. And it works beautifully. It's an incredibly powerful platform. It is very user-friendly. I cannot tell you how much I enjoy it. And this is my first time of actually playing a video inside a live stream. So it works. I have tested it out, but there are moments, or there have been when I have tested it out, where there's a little bit of a lag here and there, that has nothing to do with the quality of the video. It has to do with the quality of my Wi-Fi. And so, blessed as we are to be in these beautiful mountains, our Wi-Fi remains one of our unique challenges. So what I have done is upload this video to YouTube already, and it will be live shortly. And I will put a link directly to that video in the comments that will appear below this video when it is broadcast out, as the replay, as a recording. So please, if you would, share that YouTube link. If you are moved by the message of this trailer and the messaging of BUOYANT, and you have fellow entrepreneurs and creators, or family members, or friends, or colleagues who you believe would benefit from the book, if you would share it on your social platforms, or share it with your email lists, or with your close inner circles, I would greatly, greatly appreciate that. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to bring this in. Here we go. BUOYANT is written for entrepreneurs and creators who are painfully stuck and riddled with self-doubt, who believe the path out of overwhelm and fear is somehow tied to overachieving, doing more. Freedom and success, though, begin with inspired action and accessing the vast power of our innate creativity. We are often taught a very different message, and that is, we will only reach our goals if we yoke ourselves to the plow of more work, productivity, and discipline. There is nothing but dead air there. In fact, forcing and white-knuckling our way through strings of days that demoralize and deplete us just moves us further away from the business and life we crave. I know how hard living and working this way is, ever clamoring for connecting with our ideal clients, marketing like everyone else, from a place of grasping and a push to be heard above the din of a lot of noisy competition. This used to be me. Hi, this is Susie DeVille, founder and CEO of the Innovation and Creativity Institute and author of Buoyant, the entrepreneur's guide to becoming wildly successful, creative, and free. Over the last 17 years, I have been on a quest to learn everything I could about innovation and creativity, understand what fed both, as well as their powers of personal and professional transformation. 7 years ago, after a lifetime of believing I was not an artist nor creative, I began taking art classes and soon realized that I now had the final piece of the puzzle. I took my years of research and working with hundreds of entrepreneur coaching clients, my own time in the fire of loss and grief, and the transformational power of art making, and reformulated my coaching methodology, the Creative Rebel's Voyage. And then I gathered all of those insights and put them into my book, Buoyant. Are you ready to transmute feelings of overwhelm and fear into decisive action and confidence? Are you ready to get to the gut of who you truly are, to unleash your potential? Are you ready to discover the easier path through inspiring yourself? That is, breathing in beauty, passion, art, nature, remembering what you love, and doing what brings you alive? Are you ready to protect and fuel your creativity, to break through burnout, hone awareness, and flow into business success? That is, are you ready to accept the grand adventure of being you? If so, Buoyant is for you. It's time to do the work you came here to do with flow, ease, and joy. It's time to lean into your creativity like you've never done before. It's time to break out of stuck and self-doubt and create a wildly successful business that sets you free. Now, isn't that fun? I just love it so much. Again, huge thanks and a shout out to Chelsea Sanders, Blue Line, Charles Audu, and Ryan Karcher. You guys were absolutely phenomenal to work with, and I appreciate you all so much. So I want to now show something to you that I created the other day, and I'm going to go to my document camera, and this is going to be just take you just a minute to go through this. And I know this looks like a big swirling mass of confusing chicken scratch, which it sort of is. But I always appreciate looking at the journal pages and the notebooks and the sketchbooks of people when they're in the process of thinking, when they're working something out, when they are getting the ideas down and putting the pieces of the puzzle together. And that's what this represents. I did this a few days ago. So, something I just want to point out is that I've had several people ask me about this whole business of how creativity intersects with the world of entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial success. And they believe that it's going to be some kind of unbelievably complicated, time laden process. And that they're going to have to show up with some sort of magical skill set and talent for doing certain things, or vast resources of inspiration and so forth. And I want to point out really that if you come with this, and I'll read this to you because it may not be easy with my combination of the handwriting and this document camera. So the statement I have here is a willingness to believe the life and business you crave is possible for you. If you have this, this, I can take you through this entire process This is what this book is taking you through this process to get you here, which is freedom and success. It's not a mythical process. It does not require fairy dust. It does not involve um, something that's completely foreign to you. Basically, what I teach you is how to access what is already there inside of you. And when people ask me, well, what is creativity? I don't really know how to um, determine if that's even something I have within me. So let me just explain my own definition of creativity. And that is that creativity is this swirling force of potentiality that exists in all of us. It did not skip over you and land onto your sister or your brother or the person who is in the row three chairs over or whatever. It is in all of us. We are just, in many instances, separated from it. And I also call creativity is both the act of creative expression and the end product, with the emphasis of importance being on the transformational power of the creating, not so much the emphasis on what you create. Now you can love what you can create, what you create. What you create can be very vital and very valuable, and I would argue that what happens inside of you in your wild season of becoming, in this adventure of creating something, is really even more important. There is a quote in a poem written by Dylan Thomas that says, and he's referring to creativity, that it's the force that through the green fuse drives the flower. So creativity is this force. We are the fuse, and what comes out of us, the flower, is our creative expression, and it is in all of us. It's just so important that I make that point about 50 times a day. And it is the key to unlocking everything in your personal life and in your business. And it is the foundation of self-trust, as well as working lighter while making higher profits. It's also the foundation of trusting your voice and your vision and leaving the world of hustle and grind forever. So, thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope that if you are moved by the message of Buoyant, that you will pre order a copy, share the link to the YouTube video as widely as you so desire. And more importantly, I hope that you will decide for yourself to go on your own creative rebels voyage and find what has always sort of felt a little bit out of reach get that much closer to you. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you so much for your support. You all mean the world to me. I hope you have a great day. Thanks.